Now about the 3 camera setup, it's pretty much the same deal as with the Mavic 3 Pro. A wide angle main camera, a medium telephoto and a long telephoto. I'll take you over to my studio table in just a sec to go over the changes. And yes, I fixed the audio from my last video, so thanks for sticking with me. Let me show you a table where we can see what's been changed. Here's the thing, only one of these cameras actually gets a bigger sensor, but let's go step by step. The main wide camera, it's still using a 4/3 inch sensor, same size as before. Sure, the resolution jumps from 20 megapixels to 100 megapixels, but that's cramming 5 times the pixels into the same sensor area. And what does that mean in practice? Well, smaller pixels generally mean more noise and less low light performance. Hold up for a sec, and I know what you're thinking, but Alex, it's a quad Bayer overlay sensor with 25 megapixels. Yeah, I've heard it, and some of you mentioned that in my previous video, which I genuinely appreciate, but then the debate got even more interesting with some examples thrown my way, or the other way. And guess what? I still don't have any official information from DJI on this, and they've been completely silent, no answers, no clarification. So for now, we'll leave that as a big old question mark, right? The Mavic 4 Pro has been getting a lot of hype in the past weeks, especially about its camera system, but after spending some time with it, I must say I may not be as impressed as I hope to be. And quick heads up, I've been testing and flying this drone for weeks, even before its launch. So right now I'm driving to a decent mountain location, as you can see probably in the background, for a proper battery test, which I'll post after this video. And spoiler alert, I seriously doubt that it's hitting those 51 promised minutes. Okay guys, funny story, I think I might be blacklisted by DJI. Look at this amazing location, right? I think it's going to be beautiful for the battery test. It's a little bit cold, 1 sec. Since I was saying that, I may be blacklisted by DJI. Not that I care too much, because those were the good years and that's over. But I had to borrow one from a fellow creator, I can't say the name of course, to do the tests before launch. And the good thing is, of course, since I'm not in the US, I was able to buy one on launch day, and I've been testing mine since then. Can we talk about the ND filters for a sec? Because, like, what happened there? Nobody's mentioning this, nobody's talking about it. Like, seriously, this drone is absolutely useless for filmmakers without ND filters. DJI's combo kits on the website, they don't mention them, and when you ask, nobody knows. Like, I don't know, mine are finally on the way though, and by the time you're watching this, I'll probably be shooting tests with FreeWheel's filters. And if you're not subscribed yet, it may be a great time, because I'll be posting those ND filter videos alongside with the battery test in the next days. Isn't this like a super beautiful location with all the yellow flowers and everything? So let's keep talking, because before we get back to this breakdown, I already posted a side-by-side comparison of the Mavic 4 Pro and the Mavic 3 Pro camera systems. A real, unedited comparison, just the raw footage. So you might want to check that out before lighting up the comment section about how much of an upgrade this new drone is. Alright, now back to the main camera and the studio. The lens has only slightly changed from a 24mm equivalent at f2.8 to 28mm at f2.0. A wider aperture is nice, but it's not a huge leap, especially since the pixels give you less light, and they have opened up the aperture because they had to, not because they wanted to. Disclaimer, you know what I actually like? They changed the lens size from the main camera from 24mm to 28mm, which gives it a more cinematic touch. Now, the medium telephoto camera, honestly, it's barely touched. Same 1.3 inch sensor, same 48 megapixel resolution, same aperture. No real upgrade here. It feels like DJI just reused what worked and called it a day. So once again, if all 3 cameras are supposedly using the quad Bayer technology, we're essentially looking at the same 12 megapixel sensor size for the medium camera. Finally, the telephoto camera is the only one that sees a notable hardware upgrade. The sensor size in this case jumps from a ½ inch to 1.5 inch. I saw what you did there, DJI. And it may sound like a lot, but we're jumping from a ½ inch sensor to a 0.66 or 0.67 inch sensor. So let me show you this image so you get a better understanding of it. Now, if you're a professional filmmaker, like I wasn't using the tele and zoom lenses on the Mavic 3 Pro either. The quality is just too bad compared to the 4/3" sensor. I mean, the mini drones have better image quality than those two lenses almost. And even with the small upgrade in sensor size of the tele lens, it's far from being useful for a professional. Now, for a few Instagram reels and TikToks here and there, it does the job. It's good enough. Let's be real here, guys. DJI is marketing this as a huge upgrade, but from what I see, it's mostly software upgrades, as we could see in my previous comparison video with the Mavic 3 Pro. Here's why. The main sensor stays the same size, meaning optical and noise limitations remain a challenge with a higher pixel count. The medium tele camera is basically untouched, which is disappointing if you rely on that zoom range. Only the telephoto camera gets a serious bump, but this is a niche feature for most users. Now again, guys, let me be very clear with one thing. On a new drone, I want a better camera or image sensor, bigger basically. It's probably impossible for this tiny gimbals and cameras and all that comes along, like heating problems and so on. I'm getting blind here. Oh. Fun fact, guys, you know when I see that a tech product hasn't improved as much as I want? When a brand starts talking about improved algorithms, new compressions and so on. Don't take it personal. If you made it this far, I just want to say this to anyone who might get upset about my critiques of the drone. Please take a moment and use your brain for what I'm actually saying. I'm not claiming it's a bad drone, like far from it. It's an incredible piece of technology, easily the king of user drones. It's fantastic, and I completely understand that if you've spent like 2, 3 or 4K on this drone and there's some clown on the internet like myself saying these kind of things, you might get upset a little bit. I really do get that, but we're talking about marketing and expectations here. And someone's got to call it out, right? Well, guys, up to this point, thank you so much to everyone who's been so excited about me being back on the channel. It really and honestly means the world to me. Your kind words, they really truly inspire me. So guys, remember, let's keep it real, because someone has to.